Hi guys, today we are reading the book Little Miss Stubborn. Little Miss Stubborn was, as you may imagine, extraordinarily stubborn. Once she had made her mind up, there was no unmaking it. If she decided to go out, she went out, even when it was pouring with rain. One Sunday, when it wasn't raining, she decided to take the bus to Mr. Strong's house. Why? Because she had run out of eggs. And as everybody knows, Mr. Strong always has lots of eggs at home. As the bus arrived, Mr. Nosy walked by. Being the nosy guy that he is, he couldn't help asking, "Where are you going, Little Miss Stubborn?" She said, "To Mr. Strong's house." "But this bus does not go anywhere near there," he said. But Little Miss Stubborn was so stubborn, she took the bus anyway. And you won't be surprised to hear that it didn't go anywhere near Mr. Strong's house. In fact, it went to Coldland, a country where it is so cold that everybody has a cold all year round. "What a charming place," she said, shivering and trying to look as if she had really planned on coming to Coldland in the first place. Well, which of course she hadn't. She didn't want to go to this place. Well, as you know, she's stubborn, right? Nothing can change her mind. She ran along a path to keep warm. Achoo! Somebody sneezed all of a sudden. It was Mr. Sneeze. "If I were you," he warned, "I wouldn't take... Achoo! That path is a very icy... Achoo! "I'll take it if I want to," snorted Little Miss Stubborn. She was a little bit rude, wouldn't you say? And she followed the path, which Mr. Sneeze warned her not to. But can you guess what happened? Whoosh! Because it was so icy, she slipped on the ice. Oh, that was fun. Was it? No. She came to a fork in the path. "I shall go this way," she said, taking the right-hand path. "You are making a big mistake," said a worm, popping his head through the snow. "This way is not safe. It's dangerous." "Pah, don't be silly," cried Little Miss Stubborn, and started to walk down the path. She should have listened to the worm. Before she had gone very far, an avalanche of snowballs fell on top of her. Boom, 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 boom. One of the snowballs rolled off the path and rolled down a very steep hill. And inside it, Little Miss Stubborn rolled down the very steep hill as well. The snowball rolled a very long way, all the way into a different country where it melted. As luck would have it, Little Miss Stubborn found herself outside Mr. Strong's front door. She was soaked to the skin because of the snowball. "My goodness, you're wet through," said Mr. Strong. Quick, quick, come in and dry yourself before you catch a cold." "I don't catch colds," said Little Miss Stubborn. "Anyway, I've come for some eggs. Out of my way!" That's no way to behave. She was being so rude. "Rubbish!" snorted Little Miss Stubborn. Still wet through, she marched into Mr. Strong's kitchen. Without a please or a thank you, she helped herself to a large bowl of eggs. How rude of her! You could at least ask, right? When we want something out of somebody, we ask them. "Achoo!" sneezed Little Miss Stubborn. Mr. Strong said, "I told told you you would catch a cold. I don't catch colds, said Little Miss Stubborn, and she sneezed again. Achoo! She was so hungry by the time that there and then she made herself an enormous omelet. It was gigantic, so big that it won't even fit into the paper. Then she began to eat her gigantic omelet, and the more she ate, the more worried Mr. Strong became. You make yourself ill. That's too much egg to eat at once. Fiddlesticks, snorted Little Miss Stubborn, and because she was who she was so stubborn. She finished the enormous, gigantic plate of omelet. And there's not much more to add, other than now you know how extraordinarily stubborn Little Miss Stubborn is. Stubborn to the very end. The very end of the story. That's the silly story of Little Miss Stubborn. We should sometimes listen to other people's advice, right? Until next time, bye.